Whereas the
We've got a question, Bonnie.
Uh-huh.
I think we've heard of many people going from an IEP to a 504, but can you go from a 504 to an IEP?
Yeah, and a lot of the cases I've done have been somebody that's on a 504 plan for ADHD, because ADHD is not one of the 13 eligibility categories. You have to show that your ADHD has um, a significant educational impact. So you absolutely, yes, can go from a 504 to an IEP.
Okay. Thank you.
Uh-huh. The IEP is reviewed annually, and eligibility is looked at every 3 years. So that's different. Whereas with a 504 plan, it's kind of state by state or district by district. Okay, so families do have dispute resolution procedures under 504 that none of us has ever heard of. And that's because these procedures are not usually utilized, and parents don't know about them, and districts don't do them. But you have the right under a 504 plan to mediation, alternative dispute resolution. You have a right to a hearing. You have a right to complain to the Office of Civil Rights, and you have a right to file a lawsuit. But you don't usually hear too much about that, because the 504 plan hearing is not something that you can receive attorney fee reimbursement for if you do things at that level. You only get into having a right to seek attorney's fees under 504 once you file a lawsuit. And I don't mean like a due process complaint. I mean like a federal court lawsuit. Whereas under the IDEA, if people don't know this, you go to your IEP meeting, you disagree, you file for due process. Administratively, when you sit down at a mediation and you settle the case, it's going to include attorney's fees. So because of that, that's where the work has mostly been done, is that, under the IDEA, which gives you mediation, due process, a resolution session, the potential for a civil lawsuit, a state complaint, and so on. So there are more ways to resolve disputes under the IDEA and to get parents reimbursed for attorney's fees. So that's where the focus tends to be. As far as funding goes, in both cases, if the students are going to receive services, they have to be free of charge. But states receive additional funding for students with IEPs, whereas not for 504. So those are some of the differences kind of at the school level. The next part of the conversation is what happens with 504 once you've exhausted your administrative remedies.
Hey, thanks for watching Autism Live. To subscribe, click here. And if you'd like to check out some more of our videos, click here.